This may be the most contentious movie trailer in Russian history. It looks like it could be a predictable period drama. Instead, the story of how Russia's last Tsar fell in love with a beautiful ballerina following an unfortunate costume slip has provoked hysteria and cries of blasphemy. Matilda is the story of their relationship and how the Russian Revolution that followed might have turned out differently had Nicholas followed his heart.
Some church groups here see it as scandalous that a revered figure such as the Tsar is portrayed in a movie that's filled with erotic moments. More worryingly, say artist groups, are the reprisals and the fear that those opponents have created. The Putin government, which is closely aligned with the church, has found itself in the center of the controversy.
When Nicholas and his family were murdered by the Bolsheviks in 1918, the Tsar was deeply unpopular and seen as weak. But the Russian church rehabilitated his memory and bestowed him an almost saint-like status. Just seeing the trailer was enough to incite some opponents. Things got violent. Within the last month, cars were torched in Moscow, and in Yekaterinburg, someone tried to drive a truck with gas canisters into a cinema.
Excuse me.
To counter some of the opposition, the film's director, Alexei Uchitel, who was once nominated for a Golden Globe, held private screenings of Matilda to try to win over influential viewers.
It was frightening to me personally, and it scared the people who planned to distribute the film. And it scared many people who wanted to watch the film. They needed to feel it will be safe for them to go to the cinema.
Russia's arts community fears the opposition to Matilda is part of a worrisome trend. Producer Kirill Serebrennikov is under house arrest, and most believe it's because he tackled subjects such as homosexuality that deviate from traditional conservative beliefs. While the Kremlin has denounced the violence, it's been muted in its support for the movie.
This is a battle of ideas. Can an artist work freely, or should someone control him? I believe there are some forces which try to pull our country into the dark, but we will oppose it.
Could the government stop the process at the very beginning? Yes, it could. Did it want to? No, it didn't.
Stanislav Kucher writes commentaries for the liberal-leaning Kommersant Radio. With the presidential election coming in March and Vladimir Putin likely trying for another term, he argues the Kremlin may see value in having the church oppose Matilda.
The Russian Tsar or Emperor or First Secretary of the Communist Party or the President is sacred. So Russian authorities are sacred. So no matter who you want to touch, the Tsar, Lenin, Stalin, or Putin, don't go there. You better not go there. It can have consequences.
Russians will get to make up their own minds of Matilda later this month when it's released nationally. But for Russia's arts community, the fear is that the nationalist conservative ideology that so strongly dominates Russian politics is now imposing itself on their world. Chris Brown, CBC News, Moscow.